Starting with mobile photography. How easy is it? Welcome to another episode of Zulf Talks Photography, sharing insider tips and tricks to help you become a better creator. Extremely easy. What I've got here is a few, not essentials, but extras to make it even easier for you. So I've done a separate one of these for starting in DSLR photography, but I thought not everybody's going to want to buy a DSLR. Some people are comfortable with using a mobile phone, which is perfectly fine. As long as you're taking photos and you're kind of letting yourself get creative with the types of photos you take. A lot of the mobile phones these days have great, settings. I was going to say great sensor, but in theory the mobile phone sensors are smaller. But if the majority of your phone photos are during the day, then it's fine. The main difference DSLR photography versus mobile photography is you're going to get professional results with the DSLR every single time, as long as you take the time to learn the settings, exposure settings and ISO, shutter speed, things like that. And it performs better in low light because the sensor is bigger, letting in more light. Mobile phones tend to have a smaller sensor, so they struggle in low light. A lot of the new mobiles have multiple lenses now to make that a bit easier with a higher aperture, but that's a whole new kettle of fish. This is going to be basic starting photography with your mobile phone. So here I've got a few things. Some might look unusual, some might not, depending on how new you are to photography. If you are getting into photography, I've created a few separate videos about learning photography. It's a whole playlist kind of breaking down how to understand photography, so things like shutter speed, ISO, what they mean, what they are, as well as talking about the types of cameras you get and kind of going in depth. So make sure to check out that playlist. It should help you. It's similar to this kind of content if you're starting in photography. So here I have a GorillaPod. This basically can transform and but that's good for mobile phones, because if you're out and about and you want to get some funky angles, you can actually mount this to like a tree and just wrap it around with a lamppost or a post box or telephone box, whatever, kind of adjust to it. So that's one. Here I've got a mobile phone on an actual tripod. So this tripod's also perfectly fine. You've got the option for a mount, fairly cheap, and a small tripod, also cheap. And in this little case here, I've basically got memory cards. If you're shooting with an Android phone in particular, you want to get some extra little micro memory cards, because you will find if you're shooting 1080p, you'll fill up your space fast. So I've got 32 gig in my phone, but if I was doing a longer shoot somewhere, I could easily swap those cards out and have more space to shoot. Something which I don't have here is a battery bank to extend your battery life. Mobile phones, I've used them quite a bit for a few of my outdoor shoots. I find it easier because it's lighter and easy to carry. You don't always have a DSLR with you. I've got a separate video also on me shooting with mobile phones, so mobile photography, mobile videography. I'll link you to that playlist. Make sure to check that out.